Hey, how y'all doing? Honestly, this video is like real different from like the videos I usually post, but I feel like I wanted to share about it. Like, I was watching this one YouTuber and he was talking about what it's like, just his experience being black and autistic, and I'm like, it's my time to shine. Let me figure out I was autistic literally a few months ago, and I'm like, my life looks so much clearer. Like, the colors are coloring, the sounds are sounding. I'm like, okay, now I get it. This my whole life, I've always felt like I've been different. Like, I always was like something a little tangy about me. I don't know what it is, but it's like I'll be talking to people and it's like I feel like, I don't know, people would like treat me like I'm an alien or something like that. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I figured out what social cues were, like, I think like 2 years ago or something. And I was like, what are those? I'm like, so people just know what social cues are? And don't get me wrong, I can tell sometimes, hopefully. I can tell when people get uncomfortable or don't want to talk anymore. I picked that up. So I'm like, oh, okay. I guess they don't want to talk anymore. But that whole, hey, how are you doing? Are you feeling okay? Are you feeling better? I'm fine. Okay. And I leave because I think you're fine. And then you get mad at me because you're like, I wasn't fine. Then why would you say you were fine then? Why would you use words you don't mean? Like, are you sure you're autistic? You don't look autistic. Since when does autism have a look? Like, I get it. Whenever, I blame the media though. Like, whenever people show autism, they always show people far as and deep, balls deep in the spectrum. I'm always like, bro. So like, when I figured out I was autistic, I'm like, but I don't look autistic. I thought the same thing too. Like, I was ignorant as well, because I figured out that autism is a spectrum. The people that like look autistic, nigga, that's Down syndrome, that's different. But autism doesn't really have a look. Like, it has traits. It's just your brain is wired differently. You can't see my brain and shit. You can't see your brain. Like, how you gonna tell me? But I figured it out, and life has been so much easier. Like, I figured it out around the same time I figured I was a lesbian too. So I'm like, that was a very confusing month, I ain't gonna lie, but it was clarifying. I really needed that. But yeah, just like existing and being autistic and black and a lesbian, nigga, damn, life on extra hard mode for real. But it's okay. My whole life, it's really hard for me to like keep friends, if that makes sense. Like, I never had a problem cutting off people. Like, actually, when I was younger, it was harder for me to cut off people. But like, as I got up to like middle school, if a person did something to me I didn't like, I immediately cut them off with no hesitation. Like, I always thought to myself, if I cut somebody off, I can still get a better friend. Like, if I can get a good friend now, who says I can't get a better friend in the future? You know? Like, but yeah, like, who says I can't find anything better? But yeah, like, so having long-term friendships, dude, I only have like 3. Yeah, like, everything else, I'm like, I don't care. Like, a friend does something I don't like, I'm cutting you off. I don't care. Like, and I realized a lot of the times, like, people would like have a problem with me and I wouldn't know. I've always been the type, like, if you piss me off, I'm gonna tell you, because how are you supposed to know? I don't get that. Like, I would tell people, hey, I'm a little upset at you, and people think I want to fight them. I just said I'm upset at you. I didn't say I wanted to fight. I'm confused. And they'll be like, oh, and they'll try to fix it and stuff. But when they're mad at me, they don't tell me. How am I supposed to know? I'm not gonna be sitting here trying to see every social cue, look up, what does this mean? No, use your words. You're a big girl, you're a big boy, you're a big person. Use your damn words. I'm not gonna be sitting up here figuring out, why did they say bye so quickly? Or how come they didn't invite? Use your words and actually mean what you say. I don't get that. Like, I'll watch videos of people saying like, yeah, autistic people think black or white. I'm like, is there anything else? Like, I get it. I'm figuring out now, not everything's black or white. There's always a gray area. I get that. But my whole life, it was always this or this. Pick one, you know? Like, and if I say something, I mean it. So like, when I'll get in an argument with my sisters and they say something messed up when we're arguing and they're mad, Then they turn around and be like, I didn't mean that. I'll be like, yes, you did. Why would you say something you don't mean? I thought everybody meant what they said. You process something, you think about it, you say it. Why wouldn't you mean it? Unless you say, oh, it's a joke. Unless it's a joke, I get that. But if we're in an argument, the last thing we need is a joke. I know you're not joking when you're pissed as fuck, fuming, ears are blowing out steam. You're not saying a joke. So what are you talking about? Oh, I didn't mean that. BS. I don't believe it. But I don't know. And like growing up, like I always felt like I was an outcast. Even when I'm like actually moved to another school and I was around other black people, I always felt like I was a target. I'm like, damn, I can't win nowhere I go. Like, I'm confused. Like, huh? And I remember as a kid, like whenever there was a parent-teacher conference, the teachers would always be like, she can't really focus, but she's really smart. She's doing very well, but she cannot hold a topic for at least more than 30 seconds. And I'm like, cool. A bird outside. Like, it's been like that. It's been like that since I was a kid, and I don't think anything's wrong with that. I don't think autism is wrong. I don't think it should be medicated. I don't think it's a burden or a disease or anything. I just think our brains are just built different. And I truly feel like autistic people are the most genuine people I had. Like, I remember in middle school and elementary, the special ed kids, every time I hung out with them, we was cool. We was like that. Like, we was cool as hell. Same with middle school. We was cool as hell. A lot of my friends in middle school were autistic. Like, we were cool like that. Like, a lot of my friends had to, not autistic and like neurodivergent in general. Like, they were just chill like that. Like, they were just cool like that, you know? So I was like, oh, okay. And not once did I think, hey, I might be. You know, I never really thought that. The most I got was like every single one of my teachers growing up saying she can't focus for shit. So I forgot to mention, and it's just like mad refreshing to figure out like the reason I got mad all the time whenever I'm in a room with like really bright lights or loud noises or like very weird chairs and like very disgusting clothes and only wearing specific type of clothes and only just figuring that out. That is called being overstimulated. I'm like, oh, and that makes it so much better because I would just get mad. Like, I'm talking about like fuming whenever I get overstimulated to this day, and now I gotta calm myself and stuff like that. Like, it's relieving. Just figuring it out is amazing. And then to figure out how a big percent of black women get misdiagnosed because of how autism is treated, and like how it's being diagnosed is different for black women, because we already need to be different in society to be taken as seriously. So my whole life I've been masking and I didn't even know. Like, it's just like like, it's not a coincidence why every time in my room I can finally be myself, which means I've been unmasking. Like, it's crazy, bro. But yeah, and my parents trying to take me to the doctor. I'm pretty sure the doctor did say I had ADHD, but something happened and my parents didn't put me in special ed, and I don't blame them though. I don't blame them. They treat the special ed kids horribly, so I feel like they didn't want that for me, so I don't blame them. They treated them like they were babies. It was horrible. I felt bad for them, bro. But they were like the sweetest people I ever met. And that's another thing. Like, growing up, I always got picked on for everything. No matter where I was always a target. Like, I've always been myself. I've always been colorful. I've always liked very colorful, bright things. I always was just, I don't know, like figuring out I'm autistic and I look back at my videos of when I was a kid. I was like, how did nobody see this? You see me in the corner, like literally fidgeting with something while talking, making serious eye contact. That's another thing. Like, it's either I make too much eye contact, so now I gotta I thought everybody does that. I thought everybody calculates where to look at and how long they look at and what type of eye contact. Like, you know, people would say my face is like very animated and stuff. I'm like, okay, I don't know, bro, but I mean, I wouldn't trade it in for the world, and I truly think autistic people are real people. I don't know, because I never met an autistic person where I'm like, you suck. You know, I never really, not really, like, not really. So it's like, I wouldn't trade it in for the world. And I actually think it's beautiful. And yeah, I feel like I was yapping the whole video. I don't even know what to title this. But yeah, comment down below your thoughts. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Thank you for watching. Stay beautiful. Stay kind. Stay confident. Reflection. Thanks for having time with Tati. I'm out.